A lot of exciting things happening in the crypto world. There's a lot of things exciting happening in the other side, like the VI, the VR, the AI, and the Metaverse world. I've been talking a little bit about that, but actually in the newsletter, we've decided we're going to hold off on that for now. We're still doing a lot of research. We're doing a lot of predictive linguistics. Some of our members have actually made, some of our lifetime members have made just a killing because we have one particular coin that I believe, what I'll do if you join up in the next week and you're listening from our podcast, we're going to give you that coin for free. And basically, I can even send you some of that coin. One of our team members can do that to get you going. But this is just crazy. One of my members has made over $500,000 from one of our predictions, and he's just going really good. I mean, with all the vaccine mandates and the people losing their jobs and resignations and all the crazy stuff happening out there with the COVID, I mean, it's been fantastic to see one of my members absolutely crush it. I mean, $500,000 to someone, that's probably life changing. But it's up to people around the world. We're all in different situations. We're all in different financial realms. We're all in different places and countries. I have many listeners around the world listening to me. I'm very grateful, but I just, for me personally, I know I've done a lot of investment. I have a very, very, very large portfolio that I manage, but that's just money to me. Where I really get justification, and I really, really, what gives me the most satisfaction is seeing you guys do really, really well. So we really are working around the clock. I've been awake for about 18 hours, guys, but I have had enough energy just to pop in here to say hi. There's been a lot of stuff happening, and I have other predictive linguistics that are sort of talking, and I've been talking to a smaller group of my clients. These people have actually moved to Florida from different blue states, and a lot of people in Australia have been moving north into Queensland. They've been very happy because I think, in the future, I think in Queensland it's going to be the sunshine state, as they call it. Also in Florida, in America, the sunshine state. But I really feel that people are going to have to decide on where they want to live and be happy. There's a really tussle between the good and bad right now, and it is a spiritual warfare right now. You're probably listening to me and just thinking, "Oh my God, like this stuff is just getting crazy with the COVID and the vaccines and the lockdowns and the vaccine mandates, and I'm going to lose my job and blah 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 blah." Well, we knew some of these events were going to happen in the future. This is why I quit my real job in the real world, and I have been very blessed by God that I've been able to create a nice little sustainable income. I didn't start with a lot. People know my backstory, and we've been just very, very blessed. I know that there's obviously someone watching over me, but I'm very grateful because I feel like I'm sort of helping people help themselves. So for me personally, it's just been very rewarding. I don't really like to be out in the spotlight, as people know. I'm sort of one of those guys that hangs in the background. And if anyone's joined our newsletter, I'm speaking from the heart. You've obviously found our newsletter from many, many reasons. I know that investing is it's a very important part of my life, but I think I love to teach people the other mentality and the mindset part of investing, because when you're doing this or you're managing your own money and you're not trusting someone else, you have to trust your own gut, you have to trust your own instinct, and you really have to be your wits every day. You have to get plenty of sleep. You need to have your wits about you, and you need to do a lot of research. There's a lot of hard things. There's a lot of money management. I know people that have won the lottery have in 2 years. So there is a statistic: 75% of people that win the lottery over $100 million are broke within a couple of years, and it's just because they've come from a broke mindset. They've come from families that don't have money, and they don't get their mind right first. So this is what I'm teaching people a lot with this crypto stuff is, there's a lot of evil people out there that have done the wrong thing, and this evil of the wicked is coming into good people's hands, and people don't understand that when you have the wealth of the wicked, you need to, with great money comes a great responsibility. So this is why I'm doing this. When I made a lot of money in the investment world, I was asked to manage multiple millions of dollars, and I didn't want to do it. I sort of thought, when I made significant profits, I tried all that, like just sitting around in a pool, sipping cocktails. But yeah, was it fun? Yeah, but after a month, it sort of just got a little bit tiresome. I got a little bit bored, and I think, well, this really isn't me. This I had to be true to myself, and I'm sort of thinking, well, shit, do I want to do this the rest of my life, or do I want to sort of get on a computer and start helping people and helping improve people's lives? So this is really why I'm doing this, guys. Like I said, I don't have to do this, but it is my passion, and I love seeing people, win. And I mean, people in our newsletter just love the community that we have there, because there's so much positivity. There's other people that are helping other people. We have millionaires helping other millionaires. So the question is, like, do you want to be involved with that? That's a pretty simple question. I can't answer that for you, but we have, like, really people that are successful helping people that are novices. We have novices helping other novices. Basically, I'm in there most days. We have a very special community for people, and it's all backed up. My team behind me are probably some of the best in the world. And some of the information we're giving has not only been very extremely profitable, but it's not available anywhere else online. So I love doing these podcasts for free. They're actually quite enjoyable. But where I give my nitty gritties and actual coins and all the mindset stuff, the law of attraction stuff, is housed in the newsletter. So if you haven't joined that, I really, I have to tell you guys, it's not too late, and it's not that expensive compared to other newsletters around. And it's time to take a chance. Like, if you think it's getting close to Christmas, or you want to buy a subscription for someone, or yourself, or your mother, or your brother, or your sister, an auntie, maybe that's a good Christmas present for them. But it is up to you guys. I'm just here, and we're having a look at what's happening in the crypto world. There's a lot of things happening in the political world as well, and with these vaccine mandates, today we saw, I think I just posted that on Gab. Let me just take a look here, because it was very interesting about these mandates. And when we were talking on Gab, there was an onslaught of legal challenges coming from the GOP to the Biden administration. That is, they're suspending the implementation of these vaccine mandates. And so when we're talking about some of our linguistics in the future, where you have to remember that there's a lot of people stressed and angry and upset, and we're just trying to settle people down and say, hey, look, just take a deep breathe in and breathe out, because the good guys really are trying to overcome these very bad, evil, corrupt, and satanic people that are ruling and running the world. So I do think in the future it's going to be less and less, but you have to remember what is happening here. It's a major sting operation, and I really feel that these mandates are causing a lot of people to get riled up, and it's going to cause a lot of rioting and protests. I can see that in the future, looking at our language. But you have to remember, guys, this is a historical part of what's happening into the Great Awakening, and people that are sort of watching a lot of fake news. They don't understand what's happening. And I just remember 4 years ago, like, the fake news was saying, don't get into Bitcoin and crypto is going to crash and make you broke. Sure, that's a high risk thing, but if you'd listened to that and you were on the cusp of putting some money into crypto, you would have made if you didn't listen to that information, you would have made life-changing money, like retirement sort of money. So there's all these things happening in the world right now. I know you're probably listening to this and thinking, oh my God, what is going to happen? But the thing is, you really need to think to yourself about what is happening behind the scenes. And I could see a situation, looking at the language with their predictive text and linguistic analysis, that I think people getting the jab, I think they're probably going to get injured, or you're going to hear stories of them prosecuting the big companies. I think that I feel sorry for people that are getting caught up with the mainstream media news, or getting caught up in family situations where their families want them or force them to get the jab, because I believe in people having free will to do what they want with their bodies or their life, and it's up to the person or the individual. But I think what's happening is, here the bad people are going to catch themselves up. What's the saying? Give someone enough rope and they'll hang themselves. So I think these bad, evil companies that think they're just, they're out there and no one knows what's going on behind the scenes, that is all going to be exposed soon, my friends. And when that happens, and these vaccines and all these mandates and all these legal cases come to a head, and they're forced upon these very big evil companies, they're going to go broke, because they won't be able to find the money for all the fines and all the legalities and the court cases and all that. So just think about what is happening right now, and just think about how historical it will be, because I already have seen the predictive linguistics further and far in the future, when we're sort of living in a utopian era. And if you don't know what utopia means, it's like bliss, rainbow, sunshines, awesome, like, indescribable. And so we have to, as a consciousness and as a community and as a people, we have to go through some of these hard times, and we're sort of on the birth pangs for that. So we're going to go into even harder times, I think. They're trying to lock down more countries. They're trying to lock down more states. In Australia here, as you know, there's been a lot of people watching Melbourne and Australia, and just all the nonsense and all the crazy stuff that's been happening there. But as you know, there's a lot of high-powered elites living in Melbourne, so that's why that state has been locked down the most. And the world is watching, guys. So I know in the future already, excuse me, that a lot of these people in Melbourne are going to start rising up. They've had too much. They're not going to take the shit and the tyranny that's happening down there. If I have to tell you guys, the Australian people is a very nice and kind person, but they're not someone you want to fuck around with. Meaning, if you push someone in Australia, or a person or a personality too much, man, I've known from personal experience, it's not going to end up very well for you. So we're very passionate people, just so you know. I feel in Australia, there's a lot of people in crypto. They understand what's happening with the banking system. A lot of the banks here are closing. A lot of the financial industry is really feeling the brunt. Even Commonwealth Bank has got involved, on their app, their mobile app now. You can actually trade or hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the banks have, the karma is coming for the banks here. People know it. They're rising up. I actually think some people in the future will just buy crypto, even if they hate it, just out of like, I'm going to retaliate against these banks. Screw the banks. I can see that sort of situation happening as well. It's already started. So it's very, very interesting. And like I said, we're very passionate people. I know if you're listening to this, you're passionate. You want to stand up for your rights. And, you hate this tyranny. Well, I'm saying don't get angry and burn buildings, even though that's probably going to happen. I would say just stand up and fight for your right. Fight for what you believe in. If you have a wife or a husband and they're sick, or take action. Take action and do something, and play your part. That's what I've been doing, and my part in all this is to help people with their financial situation and investing, and to try and help them figure out what's coming next. So we've been very well known around the world for that. I'm not always 100% accurate. That's fine. But we've been very accurate on different specific things, and changing lives. So I've been very proud of that. And